Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come right on in, you guys. I'm coming on early because, we can do things like that. Ain't no need to wait until 3 o'clock. I got a little bit of time. It's after lunch. It is, 5 minutes till 1 o'clock. So, I was feeling some kind of way. It got me a little rest. And I want to talk to you guys about some updates that's coming up. And then there's a new case that we're going to get into about 3 o'clock. So I want you guys to just understand that this is just updates, that I don't want to put everything in one live, I think that some way, some kind, is a little bit disrespectful, because everybody that is a victim and we're supporting the family, they need their time. They need their individual space that we can talk about that case particularly. But there's two updates that I want to talk about before we get into this new case. And there's nothing we can do about the new case, but just keep awareness out there about what's going on, and how you guys need to look out for the new world, because we're in this new world order already. I don't know what y'all waiting for. I don't know. Sometimes people just like, oh, it's coming. What do you mean it's coming? It's already here. And if you don't know, now you know. But we're going to talk about first the Tyree Nichols update. I did not know they were going to court today. I did not find out until court was over. Because see, what I could have done if I would have known was because today is the 23rd. It's Friday. It's payday. And I did not really have to work last night, but I did. But then I could have just took off. But it was only but a 10-minute session, you guys. And let me explain what happened. I didn't write notes, but I just finished looking at some real raw coverage that not even the news got it yet. That's because, the Lord hooked me up. He gave it to me. And I see we are Codi's voices in the building. We are going to talk about Codi Bigsby in a minute in that case. But let me share some light, just some updates of what's happening. Because just because Tyree Nichols has passed away, you guys know, the police officers, not allegedly, we seen it for ourselves, they beat him to death. Just literally beat him to death. Okay? It was supposed to be just a traffic stop. They're saying that he was driving reckless and he would not stop. There's no evidence of that. And they pulled him out the car, and then he got scared. So he ran because he's asking them, what did he do? And they ain't telling him what he did. They like, shut up. And they used the N-word, we're going to do this. And they were all African-American except one officer. His name was Phil Humphrey or whatever. Preston Humphrey or whatever his name is. He's the only Caucasian guy, officer, was there. And he was wishing that when they find him that they stump his ass. That's what he said. That's what he said, you guys. Well, anyway, I know some of you guys are going to get mad about what I say. I really don't care because I just don't. I don't stress myself out because people don't like what I say. Thank you, Miss Dee Dee. She said Hampfield. That was his name. I just don't care. I'm right now in my life I'm living my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what people think. The reason why we started this channel, I started this channel, and then we all as a community come together is like, guess what? We don't like what we see. We don't like what we hear, and we are a voice. We're all come together. And if we worry about what other people think of us or what we say and cannot say what is true, then we're as bad as them. So we're going to tell it like it TI is. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to tell what we feel. I mean, some of it ain't going to make sense. Yes, we do get in our feelings, and we try not to, but we do. So I told you guys one thing about this case. I don't know what it is with Tyree Nichols, but I feel like I'm family. I don't know why, but I feel like they done took a brother away from me. Not a brother in the street. No, and just a legitimate brother of mine. And I'm mad. I am so freaking mad at the Memphis Police Department. I need to be sitting there with the family. Now, I wouldn't act a fool. Now, you guys know I'm not that. I'm an introvert. But I want to look at them. I want to just, sometimes you can look at people in disgust. And they know what you thinking and feeling. But you know what? I just wish I was there today because they had to show up for court. All 5 of them showed up for court today, you guys, at 9:00 this morning. Didn't even freaking know about it. So, I'm a little bit mad. But guess what? Some good came out of it because guess what? The family, his brothers and sisters came too. And he's got a brother, and his brother's name is Jamal. Okay? Oh, good looking gentleman. Oh my goodness. He's 36, so got nothing, hey, I can just, anyway. And he's got a sister named Latoya. She's pretty girl, very beautiful. And then he's got a sister named Kiana. And they all was there today. So there was probably nowhere for me to sit down or be with the family because they were doing interviews and things of that nature. They didn't really say too much, but I'm going to share with you guys what they did say. So the reason why they came to court today to file motions, two of the officers, that is Thaddeus Bean and Justin Smith, is requesting to sever their cases away from the other ones. Okay, so stuff is finna hit the fan, you guys. It's finna hit the fan because guess what? This is like you've got 5 officers that pleaded not guilty, but we seen it for ourselves. We seen the video, and but you got 2 officers, Thaddeus Bean and Justin Smith, said, "Look, we want to try ours separate from the other 3. We don't want to be close to them because, here's the thing. We're going to look really bad if you make us go to court with them because you actually see them beating this kid and kicking him and throwing punches and all this other stuff. But we kind of came a little late, or we showed up. We only acted on what was told to us." That's what they're trying to say. So they presented to the judge a couple of folders, both attorneys did, and asked the judge to look over this. And they're all supposed to bring their evidence together so everybody know what is going on. And this is when they call for the discovery, okay? So the judge says it's like 45 days or whatever. So they're supposed to be back in court. I think it was August the 8th, but for some reason, somebody said August the 18th. But nevertheless, we will be checking that out and paying attention to August the 8th. You guys, I'm letting you guys know, in August the 18th, those are 2 dates. And I think it's really August the 8th, because I read it before I went in and got the raw footage of what happened today in court. Somebody uploaded it, didn't edit it, and I got to see everything. I got to hear everything, and it was just beautiful that they allowed them to be in there and share. Hey, Wanda, I see you in the building. So anyway, you guys, that is what happened. And so they're saying there's 14 to 15 videos that the judge has not spoke on yet, that has not been released. They're saying they don't want it to be released. Why is that? Because it may taint the people that come in the jury pool. You guys understand what I said? Remember, I said you can see things on TV. You can see things on YouTube. It doesn't mean that you're going to get a change of venue. You can still be on the jury after seeing this on the news or heard it or seen it on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever. But as long as you do not have a made up mind that somebody's guilty or whatever, you can still be on the jury. I'm going to tell you something. This is why we speak on it, no matter what, because we don't know who's in our lives. It tells me right now it's 35 people, but I guarantee you it's probably more than that. Some people just ain't going to say nothing. Some people going to say something. Some people ain't going to say anything. But nevertheless, we're going to still speak on it. And I know you guys are tired of looking at the avatar, but she's a beautiful girl. I wish I looked like her. I think when I was younger, I did look like her, pretty much, without all the, I guess, that eye look, but she looks like a warrior. So anyway, she represents us. So we're beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to share with you guys. The brother, Jamal, spoke, and he said that he was so hurt. He was very hurt about to come there from California and know that his brother is gone, and he's just mad and he's angry. And it's weird because he kept saying that he's got brothers, even though that his brothers passed away, he still claimed which it is, Tyree is his brother and sisters, and to see them hurt and crying, he's hurt. There's nothing for him to do, nothing he can do. And she said, I'm not tired of looking at that avatar. I hear you. That's what counts. All right. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. Come on now. Because I'm a busy woman, right? And I am stressed out a little bit about some things, but nevertheless, I can get over it in a minute. I never have a problem showing my face, but sometimes we need to cut into the fat, the meat, and get away from all the chaos, because it's not about me. You guys understand what I'm saying? This is not about me. And if we, and let me just share this with you. I know I'm going to share some other things later on, but I think sometimes we get off focus because people want to say, what your hair look like, what glasses you, and I know it's nice, and I thank you guys, but I really want you guys to stay focused on this, what we're talking about, because see, I can get the bubble head too, you know what I'm saying, and I don't want to have the bubble head, but the reason why I have been doing because I get tired of it messing up and all this other stuff. Then I have to hurry up and get ready because that's the way, I like to do things. I don't like to do things half-cocked. And I do know that we get a bigger audience, but I really don't care if we have a big audience or a little audience. I just want the people that really care about these kids, really can talk, help you make right decisions in your life with your children and how to avoid a lot of craziness in this world. It helps me because, especially when I'm in school and I'm at work, I don't have a problem voicing my opinion, voicing my thoughts, voicing what I see, because that's what the problem is in the world. We normally see something that's not right, we don't say nothing. And you know what? I've known this for years. Sometimes when you don't speak up and say anything, that sometimes tell other people you are in agreement with it, and just shut up and just let it go. And sometimes you just gonna have to say something. And yes, I do understand there's consequences when you say something, but I don't just say something just because, okay, if we were making a cake and you didn't put butter in it, I ain't gonna say, hey, look here, PS, you didn't put butter in the cake. I don't care what you put in the cake, really, to be honest. But when it comes to you putting something in the cake, a poison or whatever, and you're finna feed it to somebody, I need to speak up. You know what I'm saying? It makes me a better person. And I can't just share things with you guys to tell you to be better, and then I am not setting a good example myself. So it makes me better, it makes you better. And so after all of that, guess what? When there's change and we start saying little things to help everybody, Valerie, yep, she says, I do. See what I'm saying? It makes everybody better. It makes the world better. If you don't think that it makes the world better, you need to think again, because, you know, God tells you what to do, and whether you do it or not, it's going to get done. But you are the representative of Christ, and so you need to do the right thing. Okay? Okay, now we got that done. So Jamal was saying, and let's get back on what we were talking about. Jamal was saying that he was just really hurt. That's basically the look in his face. I recorded everything. I can't share it with you guys or show it to you. I wish I could, but I recorded it just in case I need to pick some things. Right now, the computer ain't letting me do some things, and that's fine. I love you too, Amari. But it's all good. So then Latoya spoke, and she was saying that, she was, they were all happy to be there to support the mom and the dad, the stepfather, which is the father, because, he's married to the mama. Period, point blank. That's it. You know, Ain't nobody, I ain't seen no, no other father figure show up, say anything or whatever, and really not looking forward to it. Because whoever supports the mama, then that's it. Period, point blank. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, hey, people want to go side and all that other stuff. I ain't with it. This dad um has been very, very open about what's going on. He's very protective of the mom. Um, and you know what? The funny thing about it is, I love this family. I love this family. I really do. It's crazy, but I love this family. Like I said, it seems like this is my kid, and I need to get my butt down there. You know, I'm just being honest. I don't know. I may be crazy or something. Maybe I got a problem, but I need to get down there because I want to look at them, and I don't know. Like I sometimes it's like, what can I do to help? I want to help them, and I don't know. What can I do? Just support them, keep praying for them, you know, and keep sharing about Tyree, because he was a good looking lad. You guys see him on that skateboard just skating. He just free. He happy. I love seeing him. And the music is just right. And I don't never get tired of playing it. When I play it, it gives me time. But when I'm playing it, it makes me happy to see him happy. And ain't nobody gonna tell me that I can't. You know, I mean, the mama can tell me, and I'll stop, but she ain't told me that I can't, and the daddy ain't told me I can't either. So we'll keep playing it every time we get a chance, just so you guys remember him, that he didn't die in vain. That there will be a change. They're gonna pay for what they done to him anyway. So Latoya didn't really say too much, but I'm gonna share with you Kiana. Oh my goodness. Split image of the mother. She looks just like the mother. She talks with a soft voice like the mother. And I guess what they said was she was hurt the most, probably because she was a mother figure to Tyree while he was in California. And I didn't know he was just coming down to uh, Memphis to visit his mom, and then the epidemic and COVID came about, so he got stuck here. So then he just went ahead and started his life in Memphis, and then this has happened. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I guess he was really just coming to visit, and then you know, when you get stuck somewhere, you just make it home too, and that's that. That's where Diesel got that gas at. Go, yes. He's good right now. He's doing really good. Diesel is, you guys. He's in the house right now. He's just chilling. I done spent a couple of hours with him this morning. I'm gonna spend some more with him. So anyway, um, Kiana broke down and started crying. And you know what, family? I started crying too. I did. I started crying too. She couldn't even get the words out. And I don't blame her. She started crying. And that's just what, when you have empathy and compassion for people, and you emotionally already attached, it ain't even your brother, your child, or whatever. She trying to talk and started crying. I'm over here looking, and I started crying. And I'm gonna tell you something. It takes a lot for me to start crying. Now, when my little cousin passed away, I wasn't crying because he passed away, because I don't cry because of a new beginning. I cry because I'm gonna miss that person. That's why I'm crying, because I'm gonna miss that person. And I know that they were okay. They was a good person. They may done some things wrong, but this young lad, Tyree, he ain't did anything wrong. So people was asking me, just like in the Codi Bigsby, and we're gonna get to that. A kid that's innocent, when they pass away, it should hurt you that, especially they didn't do anything to deserve to die. There's a case going on. We're going to talk about it. I think I was going to come on later on at 3:00 and talk about this case, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't even know if I could talk about the case. And the guy's name is Chad Dora or something. He's in Ohio, and he just lost it and took 3 of his kids out, 3, 4, and 7 years old. Just execution them, shot them all in the head. Okay, I know this is gory, what I'm saying, but that's the case I wanted to talk about, but I don't think that I'm fit to talk about it right now. Because why? Because I'm looking at a lot of stuff. And yes, people always talking about, we want justice, we want justice. I don't care if somebody went to jail. You'll never get justice. You'll never get justice. You can never bring these kids back. You cannot undo what you just did. This is why I tell people all the time, when you do something, make sure you can live with yourself. You know, I had to go in my own life just this week and make some changes because I felt like I was doing something wrong. So in my heart, I didn't want to do it, but I had to make changes. I had to adjust some things because let me tell you something. It starts with something really, really small. And then you thinking you okay or you thinking you right. But guess what? Other stuff will come in and then you'll start doing other stuff, little bitty lie. Then now you're okay to tell a bigger lie. And then you get comfortable with it. Now, just like these people, they go to court and they sitting there talking about, we're not guilty. Well, somebody killed this kid. We sitting there looking at y'all beating on them and hitting on them. And every last one of you guys are sitting there, all 5 of you saying you're not guilty. Give me a break. You guys are, I'm just saying, I couldn't be on the jury because I see it for myself. And what I see, Zena says, oh my goodness, I can't even say it. She said, Bama caught. Oh, that's a bad word. Stop it, Zena, stop it. So anyway, you guys, yeah. Anyway, I've got 2 more minutes to share with you my last thoughts on that. We are still going to keep the family in prayer, you guys. If you haven't been doing it, do it. They're going to be back in court in August. Guess what? Okay, in the Codi Bigsby case, let's get into that topic. I talked to We Are Codi's Voice this morning. And I did tell her that I'm going to come on early because I'm not going to wait till 3:00. She says, no, I was speaking to someone. Oh, okay. I got you. I thought you was, but it kind of spelled like the word that they use in Africa. And they say, I don't want to say it because some people can speak that language. And they be like, she just over there just a cussing. Court is due back in court at the end of August. So is this case in Tyree Nichols. So we're going to be jumping all over the place. I'll have myself together in August. I guarantee it. Okay, I guarantee it. Quality by association, if nothing else. Don't render service. Okay. So anyway, let me share with you one other thing. We've still got 30 more seconds that I got a note on here. So the Attorney General, Benjamin Crump, was not in court with them. His other attorney was there. His name was Kareem Ali. He sounds just like Benjamin Crump. But hey, I mean, I guess they worked together so much. If you would have closed your eyes, you would have thought it was Benjamin Crump. And I said, hey, look, hold on, that's not Benjamin. He's a younger guy. So he was representing the family. And you know, when they got done talking, you guys, he had to grab them sisters because they were bum rushing them, trying to get them to speak. And he was getting them out of there because you can't, you know, you got to be careful what you say. So they got a civil lawsuit against them and they've got a criminal lawsuit. So that's what's going on. Okay, now that's 30 minutes. So now let's go ahead and talk about Codi Bigsby, the 4-year-old that came up missing in the Virginia area on January 31st. Oh, okay. Let me refrain myself from saying that. He was reported missing January the 31st. Oh, you meant guilty by association, if nothing else. Okay. All I seen was a Q, and I'm like, cutie. Oh, okay. I know. I do that all the time. I know. I didn't know what you was talking about, but now I know. But anyway, so Corey is out of jail. You guys know that he is out. He got out somewhere around about 7:15, between 7 o'clock and 7:30 yesterday or the day before. Hold on. They went to court, what was it, Wednesday? He got out at 7:15, 7:30. He's got a ankle monitor. He's got a curfew. And he's got to be back in court at the end of August. You guys understand that? They supposed to have came up with $80,000 cash bond. I don't know how they ended up getting that kind of money, but you know, I was told because you know we are Codi's voices down there, so you know they kind of understand what's going on more than we do. And so you guys remember there was a TV show that was putting up some money and this, that, and the other, and they were making a show out of this, and the star I guess character is Amina Matheny, because she's gonna be this attorney that I'm gonna get you off no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she's doing what she's doing. But anyway, I hear they got the attorney or they got the bondsman, and I'll let Nancy explain it all to you. I'm just gonna give it to you in a nutshell, if she doesn't mind, and she'll explain it to you because I'm not gonna go into the details because when somebody's explaining something to me, I'm like, okay, I'm listening, but I'm laying in the bed, but I'm listening. But as far as the details of that, I'll let her explain that because, you know, she got that information. So anyway, I'm just sharing with you what happened. Because I really don't know how they came up with $80,000. But I guess the family had to come up with 8,000 and they came up with that. So he's at home. He's staying with his daughter. They sealed the records because they didn't want people to stalk him, and so he's at his daughter's house, and you know that's where Corey is at. He's out of jail. That don't mean anything. I really am not gonna speak on it too much because I'm gonna tell you guys something, and if you think that I'm lying, you better think again. Because let me explain something. When we come on these channels and these social media groups and we talk about a certain subject, they get a lot of information from these channels. They kind of know what's going on, how it's going to happen, who's saying what. They don't say nothing, but they be in these chats. If you see 37 people in here, I guarantee you 2 people are reporting back to Amina Matheny, telling her, she said this, she said that. Amina ain't never said nothing to me. And like I told you guys, I really don't trip on people's appearance because, that's just belittling somebody. I don't talk about people's hair. I don't talk about their weight. I don't talk about their color. I don't talk about their sex preference because that's just being messy. That's being kind of a little childish in a way. Sometimes it makes you mad and you just say what you say. But I just don't get down like that because you know why? Because 9 times out of 10, I might have my wig on crooked. I don't care. I don't care. Or, I done ate a whole bunch of food and I done gained some weight. I don't care. Because, I'm still me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get down like that. But some people do, they always want to come to see what you're looking like or see what you got. You know what I'm saying? What you're riding in, what your marriage status is, if you're married or not, or you're single or whatever. But nevertheless, Amina Matheny Willard, uh, she got Corey out of jail. She did that. And people wondering, but I will speak on this. I'm not going to speak on the other thing. And if you guys speak on it, that's fine with me. I'm not going to have a problem with it. But I will speak on this. Will he go MIA? Do you think that he will go MIA? You know what? I believe, okay, without a doubt in my body, that this man will eventually go MIA. That's what I believe. Why? Because he's going to do some time. He's going to do some time. He don't want to do another day. But here's the thing. They put up $80,000. Only thing that they're saying is he will show up to the next court date. They go and get their money back. Okay? I'm going to tell you the bad thing about this whole situation, but I'm going to tell you it ain't over. The bad thing about this situation, I have heard it from multiple attorneys. I have heard it from people that work along and amongst people that's in law. And that is, but we all know, so it ain't a secret, but if you do that type of work, the best strategy is to not have your client in jail. You know what I'm saying? When they get ready to go to court, if you can get them out of jail, then they got a better chance to beat the case. Why? They don't look like a criminal. Why? They not in shackles. They don't have police right hovering over them. They ain't acting a nut. And you guys seen that case with the one gentleman, and he was in jail and he was like, don't call me this and call me that. And he allegedly ran over all these people at some kind of fair. You guys remember watching that? I can't remember the guy's name. We watched it and he was being his own attorney, which I don't never advise anybody to do that. But if you ain't got the money, you know if they ain't saying what you need to say, you need to speak up and tell them, I need to tell the judge this. I need to ask for that, because sometimes they don't ask for all the things. One thing about this attorney, Amina Matheny Willard, she been asking for stuff over and over and over and over and over. I see you, Margie. I see you in the building. And over. And that makes her very consistent in providing the service for her client. You cannot take that from her. You may not have to like her, but I guarantee you, I don't think no other attorney would have done all of that because, I mean, social media, and we were, and I was, and everybody was tearing her tail up because she was looking foolish. She was really looking foolish. Anyway, you guys, Corey is out, not saying he's not guilty, but he's out of jail right now at his daughter's house, allegedly. Uh-oh, we got a call coming in. Here we go. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, it's Nancy.
Yes, Nancy, I was waiting on you to call on in and let's give us some report of what's going on.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I was in there, but then Hampton Police called me about the escort for the Justice for Codi ride. So,
and some people had called me and was like, "Is Nancy still gonna do this ride for Codi on the 30th of?"
Yes, nothing in the world is gonna stop me from doing this ride because Codi Bigsby needs justice. I believe Codi Bigsby has been failed by the justice system this time.
Yes.
That's just my personal opinion about that. So if whatever I can do to keep his name out there in the awareness for Codi missing and the other children out here missing, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Right. Let me say one thing before you get started, because I see something and I get angry, and this is what I'm angry about, and this is my feelings, but I am angry because when I see a duck quack, I know it's a duck. I know. I don't care how much they sugarcoat it or whatever. So when people tell me we love Codi, we love Codi, I don't see the love. I didn't see you guys put out this type of money, $80,000, $8,000 flyers. I don't see that.
Exactly.
And how you come up so fast with this kind of money. I don't see that. So when you tell me you love Codi, just like the police, Mark Talbert said, the ones that say that they love Codi, if they can only, but I don't see that. But you know what? At the drop of a dime, we can get $80,000 together for Corey.
Well, so now that Mr. Bixby is out of jail, so why don't they start working on a private investigator and start searching for Codi? Why don't they do that? Because Amina says my next goal is to bring Codi home before trial. Is that right? So now you want to start hollering out Codi's name? Don't mention Codi's name.
She said out of her mouth, her next goal is to bring a missing child home. Now that I got the father out, that now my goal is to bring the child home, girl.
Absolutely. You talking about mad? Nah, girl. You should have did that first.
Any parent will want you, if I am in a bad situation, don't come help me. Go get my kids.
Right. Let me sit where I'm at. You go find my child.
Do everything necessary for my kid. Go put that $80,000 on somebody to go look for my kid or find out what happened or who got my kid. Don't come help me. Go help the child first. And I'm just being honest with you. I know that's not what we're supposed to do, but to be honest with you, when you're human and you know that you haven't done anything, surely you want your child to be safe first.
Absolutely.
I mean, even when you on a plane, they tell you to put the oxygen on you first. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have my child first. I'm just him. I know. I'm gonna do that.
Right. I live my life. My youngin' ain't. So I'm gonna put that oxygen on my kid.
Right.
So, But I'm gonna tell you, I mean, when we was in court and it started, Amina got up and brought up all the charges and stated that Corey didn't have he didn't have his bond hearing for the 30 or the extra 27 charges, and we're here for the bond for the murder charges. So, they're going back and forth. I'm not listening because I was just so upset. But what really got me was when Juan Bell tried to come back and explain to the judge why this man does not deserve bond. The whole pew of searchers were crying because he broke it down and said Codi Bigsby was murdered by the hands of his father. He was dismembered by the hands of his father. I cannot present you this proof because I cannot bring it up in trial if I do. So, this is where we're at. He says,
So Amina knew that. So that's why she was like, there's no evidence.
Correct. So now, if there's no evidence and there's no body. So she says, Your Honor, I just feel the man's been in jail for a year and a half now, held on abuse and neglect charges. She goes, I feel that he needs to be able to get out now. So he sat there for about 10 minutes. Well, it seemed like 10 minutes. And he lifted his head. He goes, well, yes. He was like, in the state of Virginia, you are innocent until proven guilty. So I'm going to set bond $10,000 on the abuse and neglect, $20,000 on the disregard the human life, $50,000 on the murder.
Okay, I'm glad you broke that down.
Yeah.
10,000 on the abuse, 20,000 on disregard to life. That's is that the 30 charges that he got?
Yeah.
And then 50,000 on the
murder and the concealment of a deceased body.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how they came up with 80,000. You know what? And that's very low.
Yes, it is.
For a murder charge, $50,000. That's very freaking low. Usually when somebody get charged with murder, they get at least $100,000 or $1 million bond.
He should have got $10,000 per charge on the child abuse and neglect and the disregard for human life. You see what I'm saying? Like $10,000 for the child abuse and neglect, and then $20,000 for each charge. That's what he should have got. And then $50,000 for the murder, and then $50,000 for the concealment of a deceased body and transportation. That's what should have happened. Make his bond as much as this man had just killed his 3 boys.
Exactly.
They wasn't allowed to put up a house, a car, no type of property. So someone, and I'm going to tell you right now, ain't no bondsman in this area going to come up with no $80,000 for a murderer. I'm going to tell you that. Allegedly murderer.
You know why? You know why the person put that up? Because, like I said, um, they gonna get that money back. Because as long as he show up to the next court case, they get the money back.
Wow. Let's see if he does. Because I got a poll going on my group page right now. Codi goes MIA. Corey goes MIA. Corey shows up for court. Corey leads police to Codi's body. And so far, it's Corey goes MIA. It's just a poll, So it don't mean nothing. I just wanted everybody's opinion, what they thought was going to happen. And how sketchy this family is, I think they're going to try to get his butt away from here. It may not be possible, but I think they'll try.
But, Nancy, I'm going to tell you what bothers me. That bond being only $50,000, that is like
that's a smack in the face.
It is.
It's a smack in the face. So you mean to tell me
I done had cars that's what was worth more than $50,000.
Yes. So what? So what? Codi's life was only worth $50,000. Is that what you're trying to say?
And when you give that money to a bondsman, the bondsman can say you gave him the money and did not. Okay? Because, and I know this to be true. Some people be like, yeah, no, SP. No, because I used to be really close friends with this attorney. And, some things happened. And he was like, okay, I'm going to help or whatever. And it was a whole bunch of money. So you know what he did? I told him, get my brother out of jail. And he was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what he told me. I'm going to put my name out there. But I'm holding you responsible. And you know what? My brother didn't show up.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know what? I had to pay that.
Yep,
I didn't pay it out front. I paid it in the back door.
Yep.
But my attorney friend, he put his stuff up. No, they went and found him, and he ended up going to court. And I still asked him, please just go ahead and continue to, be his attorney or whatever. But because, that's how we do it in my family. We try to help. But what I'm saying is I did not have to put that money up. The attorney, not the attorney, my attorney did, but the bonds person, I don't know if he put money up or he just told the bondsman, go ahead and let him out underneath my name. I know the family. I know, she's good for it. So just do it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? And again, this is just Nancy's opinion. I can get shot down, by whomever, I don't matter to me. I believe that TV Unleashed did this. They're the ones that got the bondsman and told the bondsman, here's $80,000 to get him out. Because, that's Bonnie Chapman. They're the ones that put up the $25,000 reward for Codi.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who I believe did this. And then sent them $8,000 to get Corey out.
Now, people be talking about the church money.
Yeah. So, and let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the judge did his research or not. Okay, but the daughter that he's staying with, the girl's on Section 8. She got a 2-year-old baby. They ain't supposed to be having nobody live with them.
Yeah. Come on now.
Now you got an alleged murder living in your home around your 2-year-old child. I pray every night that God wraps his arms around this baby and keeps her out of harm's way.
Actually, let me tell you how that works. When you're on Section 8 or low income housing, you supposed to get approved for people to stay with you, and that is not supposed to happen. And here's the thing, because I know this to be true because I got a family member. But when she allowed the young man that just passed away to stay with her, he committed a crime while he was with her. She lost her whole Section 8. But here's the thing. Then there was a family member, not on my side, but on my husband's side, coming out of jail. And so they had to come and stay with somebody. They stayed with somebody that was on a Section 8. And they were worried. They were scared. They was like, can't nobody know or nothing. And I'm saying, see, I don't know this stuff because I've never been on that. I mean, they've never given it to me. I've asked before, but they say you make too much in child support. So I'm floored that child support is even an income because it's not. But nevertheless, they're not supposed to have other people staying with them. So somebody needs to turn that in.
Oh, it's already been turned in.
Come on now.
Trust and believe. It's already been turned in. Oh, no, you ain't getting away. Because you can't go out the state. You can't go to the new house that you just bought. So where you going to go? Back to jail.
No, he probably gonna go with his because there was two people that said that he could come and stay with them, and I guess the daughter was one of them. I'm pretty sure the ex-wife was she was in agreement with that too, because before, remember, she was in agreement with that.
Yeah, but she's in Capitol Heights now.
But
the wife moved to Capitol Heights.
Okay, but that's still, she still was like, he could come and stay with me.
Yeah. But they're not allowing him out of state. So, yeah, he cannot go out of state. He can only go to doctor's appointments and his lawyer appointment. That's it. He can't go nowhere else. And you know, on August 25th at 1 o'clock p.m., you know who's going to be walking up that sidewalk? Codi Bigsby. He's going to be walking up that sidewalk into that circuit court with his attorneys.
August the 25th?
The 25th at 1 p.m. For the competency hearing.
Let me see. August the 25th.
You better be careful. I mean, I'm just saying, though. I mean,
August the 25th is a Friday. Okay. Okay.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on Friday. Okay.
Oh, sure is.
1 o'clock on Friday. On a Friday. Okay.
So, like I say, everything's been turned in about him staying there. So, let's see what happens.
You know, I don't think he's gonna come out the house, but you know what? With him going MIA when he was in the Army, and he didn't just go MIA and just go across the town or when he got drunk or said, no, I ain't gonna come back. He left the country.
Yes.
And came back to the United States.
Exactly. He left Germany and brought his tail to Kentucky. He sure did.
You said to Kentucky?
Yes, that's where they were living at the time. Was in Kentucky when he was in the Army.
Hold on. Because the baby mama was in New York. I mean, not New York, but New Jersey.
You talking about Codi and them?
Yeah.
Right. But he did go to New Jersey as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because one of the daughters called Kentucky and told them, Dad, the police are looking for you. So that's when when they got his behind and put him back in Germany.
Hold on, Nancy.
Okay.
Because there was a reporter. I recall the reporter reporting that when he got he was on the plane, and when he stepped off the plane, once he made it to Germany, they put him in handcuffs. Is that what happened?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but he left from Kentucky back to Germany.
Oh.
Yeah, because when his daughter called and said that the police were looking for him, he did it. I mean, he was gone.
Okay.
So.
Oh my goodness.
It is just all a complete mess. I mean, what they should have did is let him out on the child neglect and abuse charges, and then once he was indicted on murder, then go and arrest his behind.
It ain't over though. It ain't over. I'm not understanding for murder and transporting a corpse or a dead body or whatever and hiding or to conceal. How in the world do you get a bond for $50,000?
You know what?
Tell me, because I don't understand that at all.
We are all of us are in complete shock. I mean, it's still being talked about throughout the other Codi group. Still, nobody can understand how he only got a $50,000 bond on allegedly murder charges.
And I know it's whatever you produce, probably. I'm just have to go by that. It's not okay if they found enough evidence in the indictment and then charged him for murder and this, that, and the other. Surely you got more. You got enough for it to be at least 100. Murder, a bond for murder for $50,000. That is like they're not putting this child up as far as it was even valuable. The child was even valuable.
Correct, SB. Correct. He does not matter to the justice system. All Hampton is worried about is a freaking lawsuit. Because they're trying to sue because they're saying the reason why he's in the condition he is because of Hampton Regional Jail. That is a darn lie. The man is in the condition he is in right now because the guilt is tearing him up inside. And I'm praying that Codi Bigsby is haunting, excuse my language, the shit out of him. I hope it does drive him crazy, but after the murder trial.
Well, it don't look good right now.
No, it don't.
It did not look good.
They had the former Commonwealth's attorney from Hampton on the other night, and he was analyzing it, and he was like, there's only been 10 cases in the state of Virginia where a person was convicted on a no-body trial. He was like, and I'm pretty sure with the evidence that Antoine Bell has, that we're going to get another conviction, that this is going to be number 11. So they're calling this trial the no-body trial, is what they're calling it. So his ducks in a row. I'm hoping and praying.
Okay, you know what? I want to see that. It says, why would the bond be denied in Virginia? There are only two situations in which it is statutorial proper to deny bond: when there is probable cause to believe that the accused will not appear for trial or hearing or as directed, or or when there is probable cause to believe that the accused's liberty will constitute an unreasonable danger excuse me, to himself.
Or the community. And the judge says, I don't believe that he is a danger to himself or to the community.
So they believe that he will appear, and so they believe that so they gave him bond. But it, you know, the difference from bail and bond is two different things. Bail is a defendant's pretrial release. A bond is actual payment of the bail amount set by a judge.
Correct. Yep. And this is what I'm saying.
So when it comes to bond, if bail is set for $500, it is set $500. You will likely pay around $50. But which a bond, how much is a bond? Let me see.
On 80,000, it would be $8,000.
So how much is a $500 bond?
$500 bond is $50.
So some people got it mixed up, like saying that they came up with like $80,000. In all reality, he only came up with 10%.
Correct. That was it.
Which is the $8,000.
Because he was released at 7:15 that evening and went out the back door. Because Amina came through the front and was talking to the news. Yep.
Oh man. So the people that's making this movie or whatever, this Unleash TV Unleash.
Mike Donovan.
They have that Nexus or whatever. Nexus is hair product. It's actually, isn't it? Let me see if it's NEX
US or something
US Nexus hair product. NEXX US. I think it's not just hair products though.
Yeah, I mean it's different, but I just know it as a hair product. I ain't never really did no research on it. Never had to before.
It's actually I always thought it was for African Americans.
No, I mean I'm sure they make it for African Americans as well. But every time I go get my hair done, it's always in the salon.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can buy it at Walmart. I mean,
Target, Amazon. They show it. Okay, so they got sulfur-free scalp and all that other stuff. Uh, Let me see. It's probably a really good brand, to be honest with you. Come through finishing mist and stuff. Okay, I'm just looking.
Because I messaged Mike Donovan when I got kicked out of the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Told him what his attorney was doing to the community that was there to support the child, to where the $25,000 was going to.
Yeah. Well, um, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, okay. I'm just kind of looking at some stuff here.
I'm just about all this.
Okay, you got it. The Bonnie Champion deal fell through because people got arrested for scamming. One of them was her brother. Then she lost her home to a fire of this year. So between the family and attorney, he's out. Well, he only had to get $8,000.
Yeah.
And so
I'm sure they couldn't come up with that $8,000 that quick. I'm gonna tell you that now. That $8,000 was put in somebody's account for that. Yeah. I put my life on that.
yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. But I wanted to give y'all a call in and tell you what I know so far. And for everybody that's listening, the ride is definitely still on. So right now I've got anywhere between 75 to 100 bikers, cars, jeeps, and trucks coming. And then we're going to have a big event out at the Codi fence after the ride. A little cookout like for the volunteers.
Yeah. Okay.
To give
Well,
them out certificates of appreciation. So. No.
wow. Okay. I was doing something. I was trying to figure out some stuff. Let me see.
But I need to jump off because I got to get ready for work.
Alrighty. You take it easy.
All right, SB. I'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye-bye. I'm glad she shared that. Somebody text me. Let me see. They've got some information they're sharing with us, you guys. Oh, Nexus service. So on October the 5th, 2022, the Augusta County Sheriff Office, with the assistance of the Virginia State Police, have arrested 3 local individuals on felony indictments handed down by the Augusta County Grand Jury on October the 5th, 2022. The following individuals were taken into custody without incident following search warrants that were executed at various locations in the country, including the corporate office of Nexus, services in Verona. Timothy Wayne Ship, 36. Richard Edward Moore, 45. Michael Paul Donovan, 45. Obtaining money by false pretense. And Michael Donovan, he was obtaining money by false pretense. Conspiracy to commit felony. Donovan is listed as the Bail Bonds Service CEO on its website. Oh, so Michael Donovan is the bail bondsman. Did you guys? So APS is in the building, and she just donated 11. Let me see where I got your name at. I got your name somewhere on here. There's PS. I need to make better notes. Because you got two. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I put it down there because I remember the last one. P.S. Thank you for the super chat. So, you guys, I got something to share with you before we're going to get off of here. But let me thank P.S. for the super chat. Let me thank her, and I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm still reading what family sent me. So there's a Timothy Donovan also, and this is what it says. So Timothy Wayne Donovan. So he goes by Ship and Donovan. And Santos Vincent were both arrested at Nexus service for obstruction of justice during the execution of the search warrant. Moore and Donovan were released on $50,000 secured bond. Timothy Ship was released on a $5,000 unsecured bond. Santos is being held without bond at Middle River Regional Jail. The investigation remains ongoing at this time. Santos had obstruction of justice without force. Timothy Wayne Donovan, obstruction of justice without force, spoke with Donovan and Ship on Wednesday. Donovan said 3 locations were searched, which were the Nexus campus, his home, and one of the vice president's home. He said he did not see a search warrant until after his home was searched. We witnessed the dispatcher deliver copies of the warrant to the residents, to the officers. They were finished, he stressed. Donovan said he did not see a search warrant for the Nexus campus. The sheriff's office seized all electronics. He said when it comes to obtaining money by false pretense charge, he does not know what that is in reference to. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. The indictment is a paragraph long, so I can't speak to that charge because there's no warrant. It's just an indictment and doesn't have specific or particular, he said. The indictment also mentioned Zach Cruz, who Donovan calls his son. Cruz is the brother of Nicholas Cruz. Oh my God, this is getting deep. The 2018 Parkland, Florida high school shooting suspect who is on trial now. You guys remember we talked about that. Amina was the attorney for the Nicholas, Zach. Oh my goodness. So they got attorneys. They got attorney meaning Amina Matheny. They got bondsmen and stuff. So who is on trial? Donovan believes the raid was an opportunity to score a political hit job for Augusta County officers. Currently, there is no threat to the community, although authorities will be on the location in Verona throughout the day, searching and collecting evidence. Update in reference to the media release that was sent out yesterday regarding the arrest of Richard Edward Moore and Michael Donovan. A list of charges are below: obtaining money by false pretense, by conspiracy to obtain money by false pretense, exploit mental incapacity over 100,000, conspiracy to exploit mental incapacity over 100,000 or 1,000. It doesn't. It says it's got to be 100,000. Both were released on $50,000 secured bond. This is a development story. Right now, investigators are releasing very little information about the nature of these charges. Stay tuned. No mugshots was provided for Timothy, but there is a mugshot for who is that? Oh wow. Oh wow. Y'all be sending me stuff and I'm like, this is getting deep. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna read this last little thing that was just sent. And let's see what it says. Yeah, that's why she was the attorney for him. Um, remember when I told you that Amina was, she went out of town and she was, okay, so let me see here. Okay, she said, read your message. Okay, this is a message from Nancy. She says, on 3/3, Bixby David B. filed a contract debt collection lawsuit against Amina Matheny Wheeler. Okay, so David Briggsman. Okay, what did that got to do with it? The case was filed in Augusta County Court, Augusta County, a debt collection lawsuit. Uh, Case number such. Biggsman against Amina Matheny. Court documents are available for the case. So let me see if why is the public record being published online? Somebody had person served Amina Matheny Wheeler process warrant in debt. Plaintiff Biggsman David B. Process. I wonder who is Briggsman David B. So Mina got some money problems. January, February, March. So she was somebody filed some papers to Amina on March the 3rd for debt collection. There was a contract. She was supposed to pay some money. I don't know what it was, but yeah. I don't know what that guy. Who is this David B. Briggsman? Let me go into case details. Maybe it'll tell me. Okay. It's not telling me the case details. Wow. This stuff is getting kind of, oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. I could have got it. It told me to allow something and I didn't do it. Okay. Okay, I just did it. but it didn't show up. I just did it, but it didn't show up. Let me see docket. It didn't show up. It tells me the case details. Anyway, it just says that it was a debt collection lawsuit against her. This case was last updated from August the 4th. It says the reason why this was online, it permits the public to monitor and participate in court proceedings, promotes public confidence in our legal system by allowing citizens to scrutinize judicial powers and enhance the truth finding functions of our courts. We follow the well articulated federal and state public policies that promote open access to public records. Public records by law are open to inspect, examine, and copying by the public. There are no private facts in public records unless they have been sealed by the court. We do not knowingly post sealed public records on each record we publish. We provide a clear process for people to follow if they would like to request the redaction or sealing of a record by submitting a public record redaction request. Factors we typically consider when evaluating a public record redaction requests include but are not limited to the following: has the record been sealed or expunged? Does the record expose the requester to or an increased risk of physical harm? Is the requester a victim of identity theft? And is the record a result of the theft? Does the record concern and adversely affect the minor? Okay. Oh, so they're just telling about it. I'm not gonna. She was representing him in a case, and he wanted his money back. That's probably what it was. Okay. Okay, you guys. Yeah, this is crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Anybody got anything to share? She said, I don't know, just found it. It wasn't sealed. It wasn't sealed, but it's probably something that it's a debt. It was a debt. Um, mm, mm, mm. Anyway, um, let me see. Here's my last reading right here. If I can get into it. It was dismissed. Here, I'm trying to come out. It says view all. Okay. Here, I got it right here. Oh, I do or I don't? Well, I want to open it up. Okay. Okay, let me try to open it up. It didn't want to. Oh, last little thing, you guys, and we're going to get off of here. So charges against Nexus Donovan Moore dismissed, but question loom large. Oh, wow. There's Amina. I'm going to take this picture. We're gonna 7 days ago. 7 days ago, uh Bonnie, written by Bonnie Chapman. Augusta County, Virginia has seen the dismissal of all protest related charges against Michael Donovan and Richard Moore. Donovan is the owner of Verona based Nexus service, and Moore has partner indicted by a special grand jury on November 14, 2022. The pair's case highlights some particulars with the Virginia legal system, drawing criticism for its lack of transparency and perceived efforts to the principles of a fair trial. The charges originated from allegations that either Donovan or Moore provided or used sound amplifications equipment at Augusta County protest. While the grand jury presentment did not specify these allegations, the manner in which the case was brought before the court has raised eyebrows. Under Virginia Code, 5 citizens can impanel a special grand jury to investigate and indict another citizen. Typically, defendants in such cases receive notice and the opportunity to engage in motion practice. However, Augusta County diverged from this standard. It files these cases as criminal, thereby denying defendants opportunity for motion to dismiss, to identify their petitioners and to face their accusers. I will work to identify and sue each person who signed that petition or supported its draft and filing, as I believe it is assault on democracy to change someone to stop them from criticizing you, said Donovan. He added, while America is still free and while we still can, people need to stand up and fight back against government corruption. Donovan acknowledged that his company isn't necessarily popular locally, but he says that unpopular voices are the ones that often need to be protected. Our government can shut anyone up because it can charge you, jail you, or even kill you without consequences. Our freedoms are fantasies if we don't act to protect them. I want to thank our attorney, Amina Matheny Willard from Norfolk, and Richard attorney Terry Kilgore differed from receiving any discovery with whatsoever. Amina prepared for a jury trial anyway and gave me the comfort to be able to continue to fight against corruption in spite of the stress and risk. Donovan's co-defendant Richard Moore argues that he never even attended a protest or used a microphone at one. No one could ever tell me what it was I was supposed to have done wrong. The only time I was there was when the sheriff arrested my son for a noise ordinance violation, and I certainly didn't protest. This was a purely political prosecution, Moore contended. The demonstration led to the charges ran from May 2021 to the present with near daily protests against the Augusta County Sheriff's Office for several months following two police-involved shootings in 2 weeks. Notably, every protester that was arrested by Augusta County deputies and prosecutions for noise audience violations was found not guilty by a judge in the General District Court or held their charges dismissed with prejudice. Donovan raised concerns about political prosecutions, highlighting the dangers of a police state and the necessities for citizens to resist government overreach. With the county now losing on every single protest related arrest made, questions linger. Will Augusta County authorities respect the Constitution or continue to exploit their government power to stiffen free speech? Will the identities of the mystery petitioners be revealed? Donovan claims he will take this case to the highest court necessary to receive a copy of the petition that prompt the indictment. Breaking Through will follow developments in this case and bring you updates. It is important to note that Breaking Through was once a subsidiary of Nexus Service in that several Breaking Through reporters participated in police accountability protests as of 2021. Breaking Through is no longer owned by Nexus Service, but it is our policy to note that prior relationships when reporting on matters related to Nexus. Hmm. So the Breaking Through News is a hard hitting local, state, and national news organization. We were on the front lines of critical national debate. Hmm. Anyway, okay, you guys, I'm going to get on off of here. I'm glad you guys came and shared the afternoon with me. We'll get back on track. I just wanted to share what all the information we're getting and the little information and the facts that we're getting is still a positive for me. I hope it's a positive for you guys too. I'll see you next week at Monday at 3 p.m. Central Time. I will not come on early. I promise you guys I will not. But sometimes I'm happy that we come on early and get it out the way. I learned something over the weekend. I went to a meeting Wednesday. That's why we had our meeting, our live early last Wednesday, because I didn't know I had a meeting to go to, but I went to a meeting and the owner of the place I work for was sharing with me, it's not a theory, it's just a fact that is called the be a buffalo. And matter of fact, I want to look it up a little bit because when people share something with me that makes sense, I want to know, did you just make that up or whatever? But I'm going to see. Okay, so Be a Buffalo, a short, to the point, direct, and manageable book for aspiring entrepreneurs who have limited time to read and have short. Okay, Be in Buffalo. So, what he was saying about this Be the Buffalo is a meaning, Be the Buffalo meaning. When an incoming storm approaches, cows run away, which ultimately means they spend more time in the worst of it. But buffaloes, on the other hand, charge directly into the storm, thinking, I did not know that. I just learned something Wednesday. So I guess what he's saying is true, that buffaloes go directly into the storm. They're saying, hey, we're not finna run from this storm. We're going to run into the storm. At least we can be in it and on the other side. Cows, they run away from the storm. And he was like, be the buffalo. And when you see something, go into it. You should deal with your life storms like a buffalo. When a herd of buffalo sees a storm coming, they discuss it for a minute and then they charge. It's the same storm that the cows see. The difference is the animals react to it differently. Y'all gonna get a lot of new stuff because when I'm in this class, it's like it's crazy. I'm picking up stuff. By running at the storm, they run straight through it, minimizing the amount of pain and time and frustration they will experience from that storm. Mm. That is the information and quote for today. You know, into the storm, embrace the storm. That's what it's saying. Wow. I never known that, never heard the quote before. And when he told me that, I was like, wow. I'm gonna read this real quick and then I'm gone. There's a great lesson about success and leadership from studying the ways that buffaloes and cows respond to storms. In Colorado, where I grew up, we are world famous for the Rocky Mountains. What a lot of people don't realize, however, is that the state is divided almost exactly in half. And to the eastern part of the state are the Great Kansas Plains. Because of that unique uh, topographic landscape, we are one of the few places in the world where there are both buffaloes and cows in such close proximity. When storms come, they almost always brew from the west and roll out towards the east. That means they're on the other side of Colorado coming towards Kansas. What cows do is very natural. Cows sense the storms coming from the west, and so they start to try to run towards the east. The only problem with that is that if you know anything about cows, you know they aren't very fast. So the storm catches up with the cows rather quickly, and without knowing any better, the cows continue to try to outrun the storm. But instead of outrunning the storm, they actually run right along with the storm, maximizing the amount of pain and time and frustration they experience from that storm. Isn't that stupid? Humans do the same thing all of the time. We spend so much of our lives constantly trying to avoid the inevitable challenges that come along with the difficulty circumstances that our very own our very own choices have led us to be in. People who are in debt constantly try to find ways around paying their bills. People who are unhealthy make rationalization for why they can't do anything about it or why it doesn't matter. People who are struggling in their marriages are often trying to avoid the difficulty by meaningful conversations that need to be had to reconcile their relationship. Salespeople do everything to try and avoid making a sales call. And the key insight to this have made that not yet necessary. Everyone else has to this ultra performance, realizing that problems that are procrastinated on are only amplified. Waiting always make it worse. What buffaloes do, on the other hand, is very unique for the animal kingdom. Buffaloes wait for the storm to cross right over the crest of the peak of the mountaintop. And as the storm rolls over the ridge, the buffaloes turn and charge directly into the storm. Instead of running east away from the storm, they run west directly at the storm. By running at the storm, they run straight through it, minimizing the amount of pain and time and frustration they experience from the storm. Notice how it's the exact same storm. It's such a great metaphor for all of us because all of us are dealing with the same type of storm. We all have some relationship issues or health battles or financial struggles. And we don't always get to choose whether or not we have storms. The only choice we get to have is how we respond to those storms. And more specifically, here, when we respond to those storms, this buffalo mentality is very representative of the take the star stairs man's mindset of ultra performance and manipulators. Dang, how much is they going to say? They charge directly into problems because they realize that procrastinating and indulging are simply creditors that charge you interest. Which direction are you headed? They say MBA is co-founder of Southwestern Counseling, a self-disciplining strategy and speaker, and a New York Times bestseller, author of Take the Stairs for a free 1 hour Webster on some of the other core principles of this book. Wow, that is interesting. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get off here, and I learned something, and I always go do my research. I just don't let people tell me something And now I know what he's talking about. But I knew what he was talking about. But I'm going to start running into the storm. All right, you guys. I see you guys Monday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. And pray for these families.